We are live. We'll give it a sec. Expos, Brewers, Royals.
It's been going on for
And Twins and Rockies, Yankees, Marlins. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Make sure y'all can hear me. And my name is Sam Skibby, Commissioner of the SWBL. Alongside me today is Jackson. Jackson, say hello to the people.
Hi.
Jackson is joining me today, unlike any of my other cohorts in the front office or anybody in the SWBL, because Jackson and I are currently in quarantine. We both had the vid, as it were. And so we've been in quarantine, and, Jack's been doing school from home, and, I started with it. And then, of course, it went through this house like wildfire, and it's no joke for sure. Jackson, what's been your worst symptom so far? Coughing, severe cough for Jackson. And for me, it was the no taste. It is no joke, folks. It is pretty insane what this disease can do to people. So stay safe out there, mask up. What are you going to say?
I said virus.
Virus, yeah. The disease, virus, yeah, what have you. Tomato, indeed. And today, Jackson and I are bringing you the SWBL 2021 Season 19 Division Draw. And we were going to do this a couple weeks ago, but obviously that's when I had my severe symptoms going on with COVID-19. So I could not, we could not get together with the front office and do the division draw. But we were feeling a little bit better today. I know I'm going to have to probably go back to work this week with my symptoms somewhat ending. And Jackson will still be in quarantine through a little bit more of this week, and he'll get back to school, I think, around Friday or so. But we are going to be doing the division draw with you today. And how it works, it's always been the same way. We've done it in the past, except for last year with the pandemic. We did not do it, but we have done this many years in a row before last year. How it works is our 3 division sponsors, and we are so excited that all 3 division sponsors are back for season 19. We have Cardinal Blinds, and I'll show it to you so you guys can see out there. So Cardinal Blinds, and we'll put that wiffle ball in the bucket. And then we also have Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. There's Glendale. And we also have the Ketting Eye Center. So Ketting Eye Center also returning again. And we also have them in our Breck-X buckets here. Thank you, Breck-X, for providing these buckets, these drink beverage coolers. We have another one over here. It's being festive in our bar with pine cones still from the Christmas season, but we should put some wiffle balls in there or something, change it up. So I want to thank our other sponsor, Breck-X, as well, for being our official bucket provider for our beverage tins for the SWBL division draw. And Jackson, you can hold up the whiteboard here. Jackson is going to be not only manning the whiteboard to have all of our divisions in place, but also Jackson will be choosing from the bucket and taking out a wiffle ball. He'll hand it to me. I'll show it to the group. and we will get our divisions done. The reason we want to roll through this and get our divisions done and ironed out is because, this season is rapidly approaching. As many of you know, the SWBL decided that we were going to have our season for season 19 during Memorial Day weekend. Again, we're going to go back to Memorial Day weekend. The pool and porta potties are in question. And as it looks now, it's probably going to be no pool, no porta potty, but we are excited to offer that everybody can stay for the weekend. The players can stick around. We're not going to have a schedule that's going to be spread out like it was last year. And we're still talking and debating on fans. We're going to wait till it gets a little bit closer to see where we're at in the world, especially in Missouri, which has been a rough go with the vaccines as we go along. So everybody stay safe out there and keep yourselves healthy. And we will get back to the season very soon. So we're just going to roll right through it. And how it's going to work is we're going to start from the top and work our way down. Last year, the 2020 champions, the SWBL Expos, coming out of nowhere, surprising everybody after the signing of Brett Spencer. Definitely what they needed to get over the hump and not only make the playoffs for the first time, but also win 3 playoff games, second year in a row that a team has won from the wild card position. So that wild card game might be that boost that you need to warm up and get ready for playoffs. So who knows? It's definitely helped the Yankees and now the Expos back to back. So let's get started, folks. And the Expos are going to get the first pick. How it's going to work is, remember, we have all 3 of our buckets that I put in there. I'm just going to hold it up for Jackson, and he's going to take a pick. And our first pick for the division draw for season 19 is the SWBL Expos, the reigning champs. So, Jack, give it a little shimmy in there, and then pick it up. It's too tall. I didn't even shimmy it. He just went right for it, folks. Went right for it. And who do we have? We have the Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram division. So Jackson will write Expos in the Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram division. So we'll leave this one out of the bucket for now, the Glendale one. And the last 2, the next 2 in this will be the Brewers and the Royals. This first tier really doesn't mean a lot. It's just kind of establishing themselves in the certain areas. So the Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram division from tier 1 is going to be the Expos. Moves us along to our second place team from last year, the SWBL Brewers. And the Brewers from last year had a great showing. And this year going to have some changes to the Brewers, but they are going to be a contender for sure still. And we're excited to see what the Brewers can put out on the field. So with the Brewers, and then that'll just leave the remaining one. But here comes the Brewers. So Jackson, I'll give it a little turn here from the Brookettes bucket. And the Brewers will be in which division? The Ketting Eye Center division. He dropped his marker. The Ketting Eye Center division. Ketting Eye Center is the Brewers, which leaves the only one remaining, which is the Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division for the SWBL Royals. As you know, last year, the SWBL Royals and the Athletics joined together to create the Braves. So half were half were Royals and half were Athletics. But the front office decided in the tiers, if we go a little bit by previous years as well, the Royals were going to be in tier 1 and the Athletics are going to go down to tier 3 in the split. And that is the Royals in the Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division. So just to recap from tier 1, we have Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram has the Expos in it. Cardinal Blinds and Shutters will have the Royals, and the Ketting Eye Center will have the Brewers. So we'll stick these back inside. And this is where it gets more interesting, folks. This is where, we start to put together our divisions. And this is going to be tier 2. And tier 2 has the Twins and the Rockies, who were both the Twins, Rockies and Twins both fell to the I scratched that, excuse me. The Expos defeating the Rockies in the wild card game, so the Rockies go to 5th. And then the Brewers defeated the Twins in the semifinal game, so from last year. So the Twins get knocked down to 4th place, and then the Royals were in 3rd after getting beat by the the Braves, getting beat by the Expos in the semifinals last year. So we are moving on to the second tier, and this 4th spot in our tiers is going to go to the Twins. So this is going to be a little tricky one, Jack, because the Twins seemingly they won the poll earlier on Twitter that had them being the number 2, the tier 2 team that they don't want. So people not wanting the Twins, very good team on paper. Spencer Bogad, back-to-back MVP, one of the best players currently playing right now in wiffle ball on both sides of the ball. So we're going to be really excited to see how the Twins go. And, with Chris Metter on your team, anything can happen. So here comes the Twins. And, the Twins are going to be a tough matchup no matter what. But they're a team that always gets in the playoffs. And let's see who it's going to be. The Twins are going to fall to Cardinal Blinds and Shutters. Twins and Royals are going to be going at it. Twins and Royals in the Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division. Twins and Royals have had a back-to-back, a back-and-forth rivalry going on. Both teams very good. The Braves defeated the Twins last year in their one matchup together. But now the Royals and Twins will get 2 matchups, 2 times that they'll have to face off in their division. So let's keep going here. The next team that's going to be chosen will be the Rockies, SWBL Rockies. Rockies captained by Blake Spencer, and Blake Spencer, Brian Kenny, and Kyle Breida returning from last year. And exciting for the Rockies, Grant Boyd didn't play last year in 2020, coming back for season 19, and definitely a person that they need back in their lineup from the left side. And also the Rockies have some plans to maybe add some pitching depth. They're going to add some players. It's not going to be just 4 or 5 guys. I think they're looking at 5 or 6 possibly. So let's keep going. The SWBL Rockies are next. It's either going to be Glendale or Kettering Eye Center with the Brewers or the Expos. Both of these are going to be good rivalries. So here it comes. It is Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram division. So the Rockies going with the Expos. So the Rockies are with the Expos. And that is I like that a lot. That's Brett's former team. That provides a nice division rivalry for them. They're going to get 2 games against each other. And don't quote me on this, folks. It's been a tough week and a half. But I want to say they split their series last year. Rockies maybe beat the Expos in the regular season, and maybe the Expos beat them in the playoffs. But don't quote me on it. But the Rockies and Expos will be a fun matchup to see twice, a home and away game for both of them in their division. So far we have 2 good rivalries, and that just leaves one more, and that is the Yankees in the Kettering Eye Center division with the Brewers. Now, I will tell you, we did a division draw last year, and the Brewers and the Yankees were actually in a division together last year along with the Expos. So that would have been a crazy division for sure. But now the Brewers and the Yankees getting another chance to be in the same division for the Kettering Eye Center division. So let's show the board, Jackson. I'm going to put the balls back inside for tier 3. Let's show that board. And as you can see, the Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division with the Royals and Twins, Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and then the Kettering Eye Center, Brewers, and Yankees. So this is, there's no bad, there's no good division right now. Everybody's going to be really competitive, I feel like, for these top 2. So you probably could look at the Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division. The Royals and the Twins were both the teams that people did not want in their division. So they're all in the same division together. So you gotta think Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and the Kettering Eye Center divisions are really being really excited that the Royals and Twins were not in theirs, and they're all looking that they can win this division so far. All right, and that moves us to our next one. And boys and girls, this is going to get exciting. We have Cardinal Blinds and Shutters. We have the Kettering Eye Center. And we have the Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. All 3 are in there for us. And we are going to have the SWBL Athletics. Athletics are going to go first. The SWBL Athletics. Now, mind you, this is the team that was pushed down. This was pushed down from the Royals and the Athletics joined together to make the Braves, and then they're split back to their own. So the Athletics are a little bit tricky of a team. They are losing Mike Carl again, back-to-back years. So Steve Hayes, Paul Castellano, Alex Heck, and they have a lot of interesting rookies that are going to be joining our team, and maybe some even return players that you might see on the Athletics roster. So they're going to try to piece together some Moneyball roster and get some wins. So let's get this going. Who's it going to be, Jackson, for the Athletics? SWBL Athletics will be in the Cardinal Blinds division. And with the Royals and the Twins, that kind of helps out that division a little bit. With the Royals and Twins, Athletics could be a team that could make a run. The Athletics have defeated the Royals in the past with a ragtag roster that they didn't think was going to get there. But the Athletics are going to be a tough out, I think, this year again. So the Royals, Twins, and Athletics will make up our Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division. Next up, we're moving on to the Astros. Now, this is a big one, folks. Now, this is the Astros is a big one for either of these divisions. In my opinion, the Astros team, with the addition of John Callaway, this makes that division possibly the most difficult one. The Astros are not going to be an easy team to defeat, and the Astros are going to go for the division no matter which one they're a part of. So here comes the SWBL Astros pick. Jackson, this is going to make or break some divisions, so don't hurt some people's feelings, okay? So here we go. Who's it going to be? The Astros are going to be in Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram division. So the Astros joining, and wow, this is going to be an interesting division, folks, because they join the Expos and the Rockies. So you have the Expos, Rockies, and Astros in this division, and to be honest, it could be anybody's ball game. The Astros were the only team to defeat the Expos last year twice. Only team to defeat the Expos multiple times. Last year, the Expos kind of rolled through everybody else or split. So that's going to be a really interesting division. And then obviously the Marlins will be in the Ketting Eye Center division. So the Ketting Eye Center division joining. And, we almost had a clean sweep of Cardinal Blinds and Shutters getting chosen first if it wasn't for the Expos, obviously getting Glendale first. But then the Twins and Athletics back-to-back getting Cardinal Blinds and Shutters. So thank you again to our sponsors, Glendale, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Cardinal Blinds and Shutters, and Ketting Eye Center for being back as division sponsors. So let's hold up this board one more time. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you so much. And we'll kind of get it a little bit closer here. And Jack, I'll let you kind of take a look here. And I know you don't know much maybe about the ins and outs of all the changes that these teams have been experiencing, Jackson. But, let's first look at the Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division. And after the Royals and Twins got pulled first, you had to believe that this was going to be the toughest division so far. And the Athletics, nothing to snuff about, of course, but, they've had a finals experience in the past. It's not just been the Expos that have reached that threshold. The Athletics have met that as well. But talk about this division, the Royals obviously may be coming in as the favorite, but the Twins on paper could definitely make some wins. But who do you think is going to be your pick to win this division, Jackson?
Royals.
Royals, of course. Well, I wouldn't say anything else. So the Royals, Jackson's pick, I'm going to say that it's going to be a dogfight between Royals and Twins. And if they split that division, it's just going to come down to obviously interleague play. So we're going to see what matchups will come there. The Athletics probably were not excited to get that Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division, but they could really play spoiler to either the Royals or the Twins. And then let's go on to Ketting Eye Center, Jackson, because Ketting Eye Center, it might come down to two teams. Marlins went 0-10 last year, Jack. They're the team that went 0-for. And I don't think they're going to go 0-for again. I think they could get a win. And actually, when you look at it, the Brewers, a team that is consistently good. They've made the playoffs consistently for many, many years. And between the Brewers and the Yankees, kind of like Royals and Twins, it's going to be a dogfight. Could do a split series there. Marlins going to have a tough time, and they're going to try to find a win somewhere on their schedule. But if you look at this, Brewers and Yankees are the pulleys. And Brewers are captained by Peter Light. So who's going to be your pick for the Ketting Eye Center division this year, Jack?
Probably Yankees.
Yankees, going with the Yankees. So Yankees did not make the playoffs last year, but you heard it here, folks. Jackson has picked the Yankees to win the Ketting Eye Center division. So the Poley boys with Jackson Crosley, even with the loss of John Callaway, Sam Bakula and Jackson Crosley, they're going to have 4 players on their team this year in 2021. And we go to the Glendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram division. And I tell you what, Jackson, I think this is my favorite division so far. I think it is the most exciting division. I think that the Expos, Rockies, and Astros, I personally can't pick a winner. You look at the Astros, who have never made the playoffs ever in their entire career, but they have possibly the best team that they've ever had, ever in their career, in their franchise. And that's not even debatable. I think this is their best one. John Callaway joins their team. David Olderman finally gets to pitch for this team. And Brian Benware has finally put together a squad that you could see that could really come together and maybe compete for this division. The Rockies are the only team on this list, Jackson, the only team on this list that have made the playoffs every single year. And then you have the Expos, who are the reigning champs. I mean, this is going to be a dogfight to the end. But who do you think, Jackson, comes out? Is it the reigning champs? Do they win this division? The Rockies, who have never missed the playoffs, or the Astros, the up-and-comers? Who do you think is going to take it?
I think Astros.
Whoa, he picks the Astros. And ladies and gentlemen, he's going to go with the Astros. He goes with Royals, Yankees, and Astros to win the divisions. You could have many different opinions, obviously, but the Expos, Rockies, and Astros is going to be a very fun division to watch in 2021. Jackson, you did a fantastic job picking these divisions. I think everybody's going to be happy with these divisions to see the good, some good wiffle ball play out on Memorial Day weekend. And I will tell you, folks, if your captain has not got back to us yet, the front office, please make sure you email me text or email any of your conflicts that have come up for Memorial Day weekend. We want to make sure we get the schedule created as soon as possible. And then we're going to make sure all of us are ready to go for season 19, and 1 year away from season 20. It's exciting to be a part of the SWBL for so long. And we want to thank our sponsors again, Cardinal Blinds and Shutters, Glendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and the Ketting Eye Center. I want to thank all of our captains for all the work that they do with our franchises. I want to thank Jackson. Jackson, thank you so much for helping out. I know that nobody would have trusted me if I was picking the wiffle balls out of the Breck X bucket on my own. So I appreciate you taking your Sunday afternoon while McGuire is napping, and we're doing some wiffle ball videos. So thank you guys so much for joining us on the live stream, or if you're rewatching this afterwards on YouTube, thanks again for joining us. And real quick, let's go through those divisions one more time. We have, Jackson, you want to read off the divisions for us? Who do we have for the Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division?
Royals, Twins, Athletics.
All right. And for Glendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram?
Expos, Rockies, and Astros.
And the Ketting Eye Center?
Brewers, Yankees, and Marlins.
All right, very good. So thank you so much, Jackson, and thanks to everybody for watching. Thank all of our fans. Thank to all of our sponsorships as well. We have Andy's Frozen Custard back again. We thank them so much. Daly's Smokehouse Barbecue, and hoping to hear from Dick's back very shortly, but I'm sure they'll pull through because every wiffle ball season starts with Dick's. So for Sam Skibby and for Jackson, thank you so much for joining us for the 2021 Season 19 Division Draw. We'll talk to you soon. See you.